Mohammed Siraj struggling to contain the batsman, 9 runs already conceded.
Tim Seifert looking fierce, taking charge with a strike rate of 166.7.
The numbers say diversity in bowling is key, unlike this one bowler show. 3 overs from now, a more varied attack might be what's needed. Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Tim Seifert will take advantage of this start, scoring big in this power play. Next 3 overs will be crucial. KKR needs 40 from 19 overs, scoring at 12 and over.
The real story is Tim Seifert's batting is overly reliant on boundaries. What Kamran misses is Ankrish Raghuvansh's inability to rotate strike effectively.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Captain's plan seems to revolve around Tim Seifert's aggressive batting.
Scoring at 10 and over will be key, needs 40 from 18 overs now.
The stat that matters is Ankrish Raghuvansh's strike rate of 200.0, putting pressure on the opposition. I'd challenge that Tim Seifert is the key, as Ankrish's boundary has shifted the focus, making the opposition bowlers anxious.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Gujarat Titans need a varied attack now.
Tim Seifert scoring big like Sachin in his prime.
The numbers say KKR's progress is slow, considering the power play stage. What Kamran misses is the required rate is already high, with 191 needed from 18.4 overs.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Crowd is on their feet. What a hit by Tim Seifert, into the stands. Narendra Modi Stadium erupts as KKR scores big, needs 9 from the last 5.
The numbers say this 6 masks a weakness in rotating strike. Strip away the emotion, Tim Seifert's over-reliance on big hits may hurt them later.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play, middle, death.
Tim Seifert and Ankrish Raghuvanshi are firing like Virender Sehwag and Sachin Tendulkar. This duo is scoring at 12 and over, like great Australian opening pairs.
The real story is Ankrish Raghuvansh's brief cameo has skewed the perception. What Kamran misses is Tim Seifert's scoring rate, despite big hits, may not be sustainable. Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Captain's strategy now hinges on Tim Seifert. Needs 40 from 18 overs now.
The number say Kagiso Rabada's wicket has given Gujarat Titans an advantage. I'd challenge that focusing on Tim Seifert is misplaced, as the opposition's bowling options have increased.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Tim Seifert takes center stage now. Gujarat Titans' fortunes hinge on his explosive batting.
The stat that matters is Kagiso Rabada's ability to take wickets. Here's what concerns me: Tim Seifert's big hits may not be enough to counter Rabada's threat.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Tim Seifert's explosive start sparks hope for KKR. Against all odds, he's scoring at 12 and over.
The numbers say Tim Seifert's strike rate is inflated by big hits. Here's what concerns me: his inability to rotate strike consistently may hurt KKR's advantage.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Tim Seifert now shoulders the burden alone. Needs 169 from 18 overs now. Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Rabada's wicket has got into Tim Seifert's head now. Kagiso must be thinking he can rattle Seifert with a short pitch delivery.
The real story is Kagiso Rabada's current form makes him most effective. What Kamran misses is Mohammed Siraj's restraint has been more impactful.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Kagiso Rabada's strike has tilted the balance in Gujarat Titans' favor. Tim Seifert faces an uphill task now, needs to accelerate scoring at 12 and over.
The numbers say Mohammed Siraj's economical bowling has been more damaging. Disagree completely. Kagiso Rabada's lone wicket doesn't overshadow Siraj's tight spell.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
Memories of Adam Gilchrist's explosive starts come to mind as Tim Seifert takes charge. History suggests partnerships like this can turn matches around. With 168 needed from 17 overs, Tim Seifert must step up.
The numbers say Tim Seifert's strike rate is unsustainable. Here's what concerns me: his inability to consistently score against Kagiso Rabada's variations may hinder KKR's progress.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Burden of acceleration falls on Tim Seifert now. Kagiso Rabada must be thinking of exploiting Seifert's weakness against short-pitch deliveries.
The numbers say Cameron Green's fresh innings can stabilize KKR. I'd challenge that Seifert's acceleration is the sole key. Green's calm start may prove crucial.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Tim Seifert must step up against Gujarat Titans. Needs 168 from 17 overs, scoring at 10 and over to stay alive.
The stat that matters is Cameron Green's ability to rotate strike. What Cameron misses is Green's calm start can complement Seifert's aggression.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Tim Seifert will take Kagiso Rabada apart. Scoring at 12 and over, he needs to accelerate now.
The numbers say Seifert's strike rate of 154.5 is key. Strip away the emotion, Seifert's aggression is balanced by Green's steady start.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Tim Seifert's explosive start has KKR scoring at 9 and over. Cameron Green's calm presence alongside him needs 9 from the last 5 to boost the run rate.
The real story is Kagiso Rabada's wicket of Ankush Raghuvanshi has swung advantage. What Cameron misses, Gujarat Titans captain can now introduce spin to control Seifert and Green.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Captain's strategy now revolves around containing Seifert. Gujarat Titans needs wickets quickly to stem the flow.
The real story is KKR's batsmen struggle to build partnerships. I'd challenge that Seifert's aggression is not enough. Green's ability to rotate strike is crucial.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Gujarat Titans sense an opportunity to capitalize on KKR's wobbly start. Seifert in green must defy the odds against a potent bowling attack.
The numbers say Seifert's strike rate is crucial, yet Gujarat's captain can still dictate terms. I'd challenge that introducing spin now can control Seifert and green.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20s: power play, middle, death.
Gone. Kamran Green now faces immense pressure.
The numbers say KKR's struggle to build partnerships is the real concern. What Kamran misses, Green's steady start can anchor the innings despite the loss of Ankrish Raghuvanshi.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Kamran Green faces huge task to rescue KKR. Needs 17 from the last 16 to boost the scoring rate.
The real story is Kamran Green's steady presence now. Strip away the emotion, turning point was losing 3 wickets.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Captain's strategy now focuses on breaking Green's resistance with Rabada's tight lines. Rabada needs to tighten the screws. Green requires big hits to change the scoring pace.
The stat that matters is Mohammed Siraj's economy, conceding only 13 runs. I'd challenge that Rabada's tight lines are not as effective as Siraj's restrained bowling.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Crowd is on the edge, Gujarat Titans sensing victory. Rabada's accuracy is suffocating KKR's batting lineup. Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Tension builds as Kamran Green faces Rabada's fiery spell. Scoring at just 7 and over, KKR needs Green to boost the pace now.
The turning point was losing 3 wickets quickly. What Kamran misses, Mohammed Siraj's restrained bowling is more effective than Rabada's.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Cameron Green needs to shift gears now.
Scoring at just 7 and over, Green must find big hits to change the game.
The numbers say Rovman Powell's strike rate can change the game. I'd challenge that a better team would utilize Powell's scoring ability to rotate strike.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Cameron Green must be thinking about shifting gears to boost the scoring pace.
Rovman Powell needs to support Green to stabilize the innings now.
The numbers say Green and Powell must rotate strike now. Disagree completely, they need boundaries to put pressure on Gujarat Titans.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
Cameron Green faces immense pressure to accelerate the scoring. Rovman Powell's presence at the crease offers a glimmer of hope for KKR.
The real story is Rovman Powell's ability to rotate strike. 3 overs ago, KKR scoring pace changed with Green's arrival.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Cameron Green's cautious approach reminds us of Dravid's innings in the 2001 Kolkata Test.
Scoring needs to accelerate like Yuvraj's cameo in the 2002 NatWest Trophy final.
The numbers say Rovman Powell's strike rate of 50 can change the game's advantage. Disagree completely, Green's cautious approach is not the issue, it's the lack of boundaries from both batsmen that's stifling KKR's progress.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Captain's strategy now seems to focus on rebuilding with Green and Powell.
Needs 143 from the last 15 overs, they must find big hits to change the game.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Gujarat Titans have KKR on the back foot, scoring at 6 and over. Cameron Green and Rovman Powell must find big hits to change the game.
The numbers say strike rotation is crucial now. I'd challenge that Green and Powell's inability to find boundaries is the real concern.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Cameron Green's cautious approach will be scrutinized as every delivery counts. Rovman Powell's presence must inspire him to unleash the big shots now.
The numbers say Captain Morgan will soon have to consider alternative strategies as Rabada picks up wickets. Strip away the emotion, and what's really concerning is that neither Green nor Powell has attempted a big shot yet.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
Pressure is mounting for Cameron Green and Rovman Powell to find their big hitting form. They need 143 from 15 overs at a scoring pace that's only 6 and over so far.
The stat that matters here is Mohammed Siraj's ability to restrict runs without taking a wicket, which is exactly what he's done today. What Cameron misses is that Kagiso Rabada's wicket at the top order changed the dynamics of the game, not Rovman Powell's strike rate.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
The middle overs have started, and Cameron Green's cautious approach could cost KKR dearly now. Kagiso Rabada is getting more miserly, conceding a mere 6 runs and over, but Green and Powell must break free.
The real story is, 3 overs ago, Powell's strike rate was 100, but since then, it's plummeted to 50. Here's what concerns me is that Powell's inability to maintain advantage is far more concerning than Green's cautious approach.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Cameron Green's cautious approach will lead to his wicket in the next over, ending the power play. The advantage will shift dramatically in favor of Gujarat Titans.
The numbers say that Rovman Powell's strike rotation is far from ideal at this stage of the match. Disagree completely. Powell's inability to maintain a high strike rate in the recent overs is a legitimate concern, but not Cameron Green's cautious approach.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Captain Morgan's strategy appears to be letting Cameron Green settle, hoping for big shots from Rovman Powell next.
The power play hasn't gone as planned, scoring at a mere 6 and over, mounting pressure on Kamran Green and Rovman Powell to accelerate.
The stat that matters here is the wicket count, not Rovman Powell's strike rate. Rabada's wicket at the top order has set the tone for the KKR batting order, not Kamran Green's caution.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Unbelievable hitting by Rovman Powell, like Chris Gayle's 6 hitting prowess in 2007 World Cup. Into the stands.
The required rate is 9 for an over, and with Rovman Powell's 6, KKR are still at a relatively slow pace for the power play. In a better team, Powell's shot would be a confidence boost, but here it only masks the fact that KKR are still behind the required run rate despite losing just 3 wickets, a stark sign of their struggle to accelerate.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
The power play isn't unfolding as expected, just 6 runs coming in at 6 and over, huge pressure. Kamran Green needs to shift gears quickly, no time for caution now.
Strip away the emotion, and what you're left with is a KKR batting order struggling to break free from mediocrity. The top order is showing good intent, but their inability to accelerate and build on their early advantage is the real concern here.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Kamran Green's cautious approach is bound to get him into trouble. Can he keep it up? His risk-averse game is putting a mountain of pressure on Rovman Powell.
The numbers say that Kamran Green's cautious approach is actually not the main concern here. What Kamran misses is that Green's strike rotation has actually been better than Powell's, particularly in the last few overs.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Pressure mounting for Kamran Green to shift gears, scoring at 6 and over, his caution now a curse. Will Rovman Powell's explosive hitting bail him out? Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play, middle, death.
What a hit! This is exactly what KKR needed, a lifeline to get back into the game.
The required run rate may have slowed momentarily, but KKR's true state is one of stagnation, not advantage. This 6 by Rovman Powell is a fleeting respite, masking the top order's ongoing inability to break free from mediocrity.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Pressure's off for now. Huge cheer from the Narendra Modi Stadium crowd as Rovman Powell unleashes that enormous boundary. What a lifeline, exactly what the struggling Kolkata Knight Riders needed to get back on track.
The real story is that Powell's boundary doesn't change the fact that KKR are still 20 runs behind the required rate. What Kamran misses is that 3 overs ago, Powell's shot selection was poor, not a confidence booster.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Gujarat Titans now need 40 from 12 overs, scoring at 6 an over to stay in the hunt.
The numbers say Ankrish Raghuvansh's dismissal had a negligible impact on the required rate, with KKR 20 runs off target. Green's strike rotation compares favourably to Powell's, yet Kamran focuses on Green's caution rather than the pair's subpar performance.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Rabada's mind is a razor's edge, focused on delivering a killer blow that could tilt the game in Titans' favor. Kamran Green's cautious approach has been keeping Rabada at bay, but now it's crunch time.
The numbers say KKR's stagnation is a bigger concern than Green's caution. Rovman Powell's explosive hitting can't mask the fact that they're still 20 runs behind the required rate.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Kamran Green and Rovman Powell are riding the wave of redemption for Kolkata Knight Riders. Their partnership is the lifeline this struggling team desperately needed.
Strip away the emotion, the numbers speak for themselves. Rabada's economy rate must drop significantly to restrict scoring. That's the real challenge for Titans, not Kamran Green's cautious approach.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Familiarity breeds complacency, Kamran Green's conservative approach giving Rovman Powell a license to attack. Powell's aggressive strokes are putting Titans under immense pressure now.
The numbers say Rabada's economy rate hasn't been a concern so far, but he needs to improve now. Here's what concerns me: Rabada faces a tougher task ahead as Green and Powell's partnership gains steam.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
What a drive by Kamran Green, the underdog rises with this crucial 4. Titans now need 39 from 11 overs, scoring at 8 an over to stay in the fight.
The real turning point in this match isn't Kamran Green's drive, but rather the lack of scoreboard pressure from the Kolkata Knight Riders, who are still 20 runs behind the required rate. Kamran overlooks the Titans' subpar performance, instead focusing on Green's caution when the numbers say it's Rovman Powell's explosive hitting that can't mask their stagnation.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
Rabada's focus is solely on delivering a crucial wicket, the only way Titans can get back into the game. Cameron Green's cautious approach has given Rovman Powell the freedom to unleash his aggressive strokes, a recipe for disaster for the Titans.
Disagree completely. Powell's aggressive strokes are being fueled by the lack of scoreboard pressure from Kolkata. Kamran conveniently overlooks the Titans' batting weakness, which is their inability to rotate the strike in the middle overs, evident from their stagnant run rate.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Kolkata Knight Riders' middle order is clicking, Rovman Powell's explosive hitting turning the tables. Powell's next six could be the dagger that seals Gujarat Titans' fate.
The numbers say Rabada's last 3 overs have yielded 7 runs off the bat. That's the reality, not Powell's aggressive strokes. Here's what concerns me: Rabada faces a tougher task ahead as Green and Powell's partnership gains steam, but he still has the wickets to turn the match around.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Rovman Powell's partnership with Cameron Green is getting stronger by the minute, threatening Titans' hopes greatly. Powell's explosive hitting can blow Titans away if he gets going big.
Rabada's options are dwindling with each passing over, but I'd challenge that notion that Powell's aggressive hitting is the only issue. The real story is that Titans' middle order is still 120 runs away from their required rate, and that's what Rabada needs to focus on when dealing with Powell and Green's partnership.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Cameron Green is taking the reins, but Powell's next move will be the decisive moment here. Titans are slipping, they need 39 from 10 overs now, scoring at 9 and over.
Strip away the emotion, and the numbers reveal a stark reality. The Titans are 20 runs off their required rate, with a significant portion of the game still up for grabs. What Kamran misses is that this lack of scoreboard pressure gives Rovman Powell and Cameron Green the freedom to dictate the pace, but it's the Titans' middle order that's still woefully underprepared to make a comeback.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Rabada's focus solely on delivering a crucial wicket can backfire big time with Rovman Powell in full swing.
Powell's explosive hitting has turned the game on its head and Titans are now under huge pressure.
The stat that matters is the 7 runs scored off Kagiso Rabada's last 3 overs, not the explosive hitting of Rovman Powell. Here's what concerns me: the Titans' middle order is yet to be tested, and their required rate of 12 runs per over will be the challenge they face with Powell and Green's partnership gaining strength.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
What a thrilling contest unfolding here at the Narendra Modi Stadium. Rabada's crucial wicket could still swing this match in Titans' favor.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Kolkata's advantage is building, Titans struggling to contain Powell and Green as the required rate gets closer.
Titans desperately need a breakthrough, 39 from 10 overs now, scoring at 9 and over.
The numbers say Rabada's last 3 overs have yielded 7 runs off the bat, a far cry from Rovman Powell's explosive strokes. Here's what concerns me: despite the mounting pressure, Titans' middle order still trails the required rate by 20 runs, making Powell and Green's partnership a calculated risk rather than a decisive blow.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Green's 4 has set the tone for this fiery partnership. Powell's next move will be the deciding moment for the Titans' hopes.
The moment that has changed the match is Kamran Green's 4, not Powell's next move. The real turning point is the freedom that Green and Powell have gained due to the Titans' lack of scoreboard pressure, rather than Powell's aggressive hitting.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Ravichandran Ashvin's mind is racing, trying to get a footing in the middle overs, but Rabada's crucial wicket continues to evade him. The Titans' required run rate is mounting, leaving Ashvin's men under huge pressure now, scoring at 12 and over.
The numbers say Rovman Powell's explosive hitting has indeed turned the game on its head, but here's what concerns me: the Titans' required run rate is mounting, leaving Ashwin's men under huge pressure. 3 overs ago, the Titans were 86 thirds, strip away the emotion, and the reality is that KKR's advantage is building, with Rovman Powell and Kamran Green's partnership gaining strength, and the Titans' middle order still trailing the required rate by 20 runs.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Titans' task is getting steeper by the over, needed 39 from 10 overs now. Pressure mounting, scoring at 9 and over, Titans desperately need a breakthrough.
The real story is that Kamran Green's partnership with Powell has actually reduced the Titans' required run rate, not increased it. Disagree completely. Powell's aggressive hitting has not mounted pressure on the Titans. Instead, Green's strike rate of 96.4 shows he's not letting the scoreboard dictate his game.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
Gujarat Titans face a daunting task, mounting pressure to chase down 93 runs in 120 balls now. Their required run rate is climbing higher by the over, leaving them little room for error. Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Kamran Green is setting up for a crucial cameo, and his knock will determine the KKR chase. Mohammed Siraj's economy will be put to the test in the final overs, with the Titans needing 20 runs from 4 overs.
Disagree completely. Titans captain has more options than Kamran lets on, as Rabada and Ashok Sharma have already shown they can contain KKR's middle order with 3.5 overs remaining for 3 wickets. Here's what matters: Green and Siraj are still on the field, and the Titans have a legitimate chance to turn the innings around with the right bowling strategy.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Tears are being shed in the Gujarat Titans camp. The underdogs fighting back against all odds. Anukul Roy unleashes a boundary to breathe new life into KKR's chase.
The real turning point in this match is Anukul Roy's boundary, not the emotional build-up. Here's what concerns me: is strip away the emotion, and the numbers show that KKR's middle order is now hitting at a rate that's significantly higher than the Titans' required run rate, giving them the advantage.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Frenzied atmosphere gripping Narendra Modi Stadium, Titans desperate for a breakthrough. Pressure mounting, needed 20 runs from the last 4 overs. And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
It's a sky-high 6 by Kamran Green, soaring into the Narendra Modi Stadium stands. Enormous.
Kamran's got his emotions running high, but the numbers say that Green 6 has actually slowed the required run rate, not accelerated it. Titans captain now has options to apply pressure, with Rabada and Ashok Sharma containing KKR's middle order, setting up a potential comeback.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Mohammed Siraj's line is under threat as Kamran Green takes charge, mounting pressure with his big hits. Gujarat Titans are staring at a mountain to climb, the required run rate soaring to over 12 and over now.
The real story is not about emotional moments, but about the fact that Green 6 hasn't accelerated the required run rate as Kamran claims. What Kamran misses is that Titans captain now has the perfect opportunity to apply pressure, considering Rabada and Ashok Sharma have consistently contained KKR's middle order in this phase.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Kolkata Knight Riders are in the zone, scoring freely here, a massive blow for Gujarat Titans now. Titans desperate for a breakthrough, but Anukul Roy is taking no prisoners.
Disagree completely. Titans captain has more options than Kamran lets on, with 3.5 overs remaining. The stat that matters is that Rabada and Ashok Sharma have consistently contained KKR's middle order in this phase, and that's where the real turning point in the match lies, not Anukul Roy's boundary.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20s: power play, middle, death.
Enormous. We're witnessing scenes like MS Dhoni's 6 in the 2012 IPL final here at the Narendra Modi Stadium.
The numbers say green 6 has actually slowed the required run rate, not accelerated it. Here's what concerns me: it's given Titans captain options to apply pressure, while Rabada and Ashok Sharma continue to contain KKR's middle order.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Kamran Green's explosive hitting is keeping Gujarat Titans on their toes now, scoring at an electrifying pace.
The numbers say Green and Anukul's partnership has actually slowed the required run rate, not accelerated it. 3 overs ago, Rabada and Ashok Sharma were containing KKR's middle order, and that's still the case now.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Gujarat Titans are staring at a mountain to climb, required run rate soaring to over 12 and over now, pressure mounting. Kamran Green's explosive hitting is taking no prisoners, his aggressive approach a massive blow for the Titans, game shifting decisively in KKR's favor.
Disagree completely. It's Titans captain who's under pressure, not the team. The real story is not Anukul Roy's boundary, but Rabada and Ashok Sharma continuing to contain KKR's middle order.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Kamran Green's massive 6 has taken the game out of Gujarat Titans' hands now. He's got the advantage, and it's going to take a special spell to stop him.
The real story is that the required run rate has actually slowed down, not accelerated, with Green 6 taking pressure off the chase. Here's what concerns me: Titans captain now has the luxury of taking 1 or 2 extra overs to assess the situation, unlike what Kamran suggests.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
This is uncharted territory for Kamran Green now, a golden opportunity to showcase his skills. He's savoring every moment of his half-century, and rightly so.
Here's what concerns me: Green's 50 hasn't changed the overall advantage of the game for Titans. Strip away the emotion, and the stat that matters is the required run rate hasn't slowed down enough to make this chase impossible.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Gujarat Titans are facing a mammoth task now, requiring nearly 12 and over to catch up. Kamran Green is holding the fort with Anukul Roy at the crease.
The six-hitting form of Kamran Green is masking a worrying trend for Gujarat Titans. They are struggling to accumulate singles. In reality, the required run rate hasn't accelerated, but rather remained a manageable 11.6 runs per over.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
We're witnessing a masterclass by Kamran Green, like the likes of A.B. de Villiers on those fateful days at the MCG. His six has turned the tables in Kolkata Knight Riders' favour, much like Virender Sehwag did all those years ago in a similar high-pressure situation at the Wanderers.
The real story is that the six has actually taken pressure off the chase, the required run rate slowing down to a relatively manageable 11.6 runs per over, not soaring. Disagree completely. Titans captain now has an opportunity to reassess the situation, not be forced into a high-risk strategy.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Gujarat Titans are staring down the barrel now, needs 9 from the last 5 overs to stay in the game. Kamran Green's enormous hit has swung the advantage sharply in Kolkata Knight Riders' favour.
The real story is that Kamran Green's massive six has actually eased the pressure on the Gujarat Titans' chase. Here's what concerns me: the required run rate has only slowed slightly, not skyrocketed, giving the Titans captain more time to reassess the situation and adjust their strategy.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20s: power play, middle, death.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Kamran Green is in sizzling form today, leaving opposition bowlers in a heap. Mohammed Siraj will bring his skills back for the next over. The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Mohammed Siraj is turning the heat like Glenn McGrath did in his prime, a wicket and just 16 runs in 3 overs. He's silencing the opposition, like Wasim Akram's deadly spells in Karachi.
The numbers don't lie, and Mohammed Siraj's performance is being overshadowed by Khagiso Rabada's impressive display. 3 overs in, Rabada has conceded just 20 runs, whereas Siraj has given away 16, making Rabada the most effective bowler right now.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Cameron Green must be thinking he's in his element, scoring at 12 and over, 6 hitting form on display. Mohammed Siraj will try to bring back the deadly precision that has seen a wicket fall in the previous overs.
The real story of this match is the dismissal of Rovman Powell in the power play, which changed the equation, not a six-hitting masterclass. Strip away the emotion, and we see that Powell's wicket was the turning point, not a six that eased pressure on the chase.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Kagiso Rabada has suddenly become the thorn in Gujarat Titans' side, keeping it tight. He's taking cues from Wasim Akram's deadly spells in Karachi.
The real story is that the captain now has 5 overs to negotiate, not a dire situation with little room for error. Strip away the emotion, and the required run rate of 11.6 runs per over is manageable, not an impossible target.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
The Narendra Modi Stadium is bursting with energy now. Every dot ball is a nail-biting moment for Titans chase. Cameron Green's massive boundary brings hope. The Titans fans are sensing victory is within reach.
What Cameron misses is that Cameron Green's massive boundary has led to a reckless approach from the Titans. The stat that matters, Green's aggressive shot selection has left him vulnerable on the short ball, which could be a concern if the bowlers adapt their lengths.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Gujarat Titans need 100 from 5.6 overs, scoring at 12 and over. Will they turn the tables on Kolkata Knight Riders?
The numbers say Mohammed Siraj's 16 runs in 3 overs can't overshadow Kagiso Rabada's 20 runs conceded in the same timeframe. Disagree completely. Rabada's tighter line ensures he's the more effective bowler right now, not Siraj's 1 wicket.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Cameron Green's 6 hitting form is on full display, scoring at 12 and over, sending the crowd into raptures. Mohammed Siraj is desperate to bring back that precision and get back into the game.
The numbers say Cameron Green's strike rate is impressive, but Anukul Roy's 9 from 7 is an indication he's yet to find his rhythm. Here's what concerns me: we're already at 14.5 overs and Green's aggressive approach has led to a relatively modest 147-4, not an imposing total by any means.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, Death.
Gone. Anukul Roy's departure leaves Kolkata Knight Riders reeling. Can Cameron Green save the day now?
Anukul Roy's wicket might just be the turning point, not because of his low score, but because Cameron Green's aggressive shot selection now makes him vulnerable on the short ball, a concern if the bowlers adapt their lengths. Strip away the emotion, and losing Anukul Roy at this stage isn't a dire situation with little room for error, rather than the opposite, as Cameron would have you believe. The captain now has 5 overs to negotiate, and the required run rate of 11.6 runs per over is manageable, not an impossible target.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Cameron Green's 75 from 44 balls is an absolute masterpiece, electrifying the stadium. Titans' hopes are fading fast. Scoring at 12 and over is a daunting target.
The real story is that Green's aggressive approach has come at a cost, exposing him to shorter deliveries. Here's what concerns me: a better team would likely have had 200 plus total at this stage, not a modest 147-4.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Cameron Green must be ecstatic, but secretly worried about the pressure mounting. Titans' hopes are dwindling fast now.
The real story is that Titans' batting lineup is surprisingly thin, yet they're getting a lifeline from Cameron Green's attacking innings. 3 overs ago, Green's aggressive approach had them scoring 147-4, but now he's at the crease. The real pressure is on Titans' tailenders to see them through a manageable 11.6 runs per over target, not Green alone.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Cameron Green, a master of his craft, is unleashing sheer mayhem, scoring at 12 and over with finesse. Titans are staring at disaster. The gap between Green and the rest of the batting lineup is now painfully evident.
Disagree completely. Cameron's emphasis on Green's 6-hitting form overlooks the reality that the team's total remains modest at 147-4. The stat that matters is the required run rate, which is escalating and now stands at 11.6 runs per over, making the challenge for the Titans' middle and lower order far more daunting than Cameron suggests.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Cameron Green's incredible form just won't let up. Look for a massive knock from him in the next few overs. Siraj's middle overs expertise has put the pressure squarely on Cameron Green now, who's expected to take his team over the line.
The real story is that Siraj's Yorkers have proven effective in these conditions, but Mohammed Siraj's current performance tells a different tale. 3 overs in and he's already conceded 16 runs. Strip away the emotion, and Siraj's numbers don't justify the claim that he's the one putting the pressure on Kamran Green.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
What a devastating blow for Kolkata. Rinku Singh is gone.
The real story is that losing Rinku Singh for a paltry one-run score changes the game, not Green's scoring rate. This collapse exposes the Titans' batting weakness, a fragile top order that can't compensate for Green's heroics.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Kamran Green's magnificent innings is still Titans' only lifeline in this high-pressure phase. Mohammed Siraj's crucial wicket has put the Titans' Thailanders at a critical juncture.
The numbers say Siraj's current figures don't justify the claim he's the most effective bowler right now. Disagree completely. Rabada's impressive return of 20 runs in 3.1 overs is far more compelling than Siraj's modest 16 runs in 3 overs.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Kamran Green and Ramandeep Singh, the perfect pair to take Titans over the line. They will surely put up a massive fight. Their scoring at 12 and over will see Titans challenge KKR's total.
Strip away the emotion. Ramandeep Singh's 6 on the first ball of his innings tells a different story than a team in control. The numbers say Titans' scoring rate is accelerating, but it's still 11.6 runs per over, a challenging ask from a team that's 7 runs behind the required pace.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play, middle, death.
This innings is eerily like MS Dhoni's unbeaten 84 against SRH in 2012, where he took his team to an unlikely victory. Titans are relying heavily on Kamran Green and Ramandeep Singh to deliver an encore performance. Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Siraj's numbers just don't add up for the most effective bowler, despite the high-stakes pitch. Rabada's explosive 20 runs in 3.1 overs paints a different story of who's dominating this high-pressure phase.
The stat that matters here is Rabada has bowled the most overs, conceded the second most runs, but still grabbed a wicket. That makes him the second most effective bowler for his team right now, not Siraj, as Kamran would have you believe.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Frenzied fans are on the edge at the Narendra Modi Stadium. Every ball is a nail-biter in this high-pressure phase. Mohammed Siraj has delivered crucial wickets, but his scoreboard doesn't scream dominance.
The numbers say Rabada's impressive return of 20 runs in 3.1 overs eclipses Siraj's modest 16 runs in 3 overs, making him the more effective bowler. Strip away the emotion, and Rabada's ability to contain the Titans' batting unit at this stage makes him the key to KKR's success.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
This enormous hit by Ramandeep Singh into the stands. Kamran Green and Ramandeep Singh are now unstoppable at the Narendra Modi Stadium.
The numbers say Ramandeep Singh's 6 is more a reflection of the required rate, not a statement of team control. At 11.6 runs per over, Titans still trail the required pace by 7 runs, making this a far from convincing display of dominance.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
This is a replay of 2007 when Australia chased down 129 against South Africa at the Durban Stadium, an almost identical story unfolding here. Titans desperately need 11.6 runs per over to stay on track.
3 overs ago, the required rate was still manageable at 10.6 runs per over. 11.6 runs per over now is a challenging ask from a team that's 7 runs behind the required pace. Disagree completely. Ramandeep Singh's 6 is more of a testament to the required rate, not a statement of team control, given the deficit.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Bowled him. Ramandeep Singh, just 17 runs away from being a game changer, is gone now.
The real story is that losing Ramandeep Singh now means the Titans must rely heavily on Kamran Green, who's still the only batter in the 70s. That's a significant blow, especially with the required rate now exceeding 11 runs per over, which seems even more daunting given they're 7 runs behind the required pace.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Mohammed Siraj's 3 overs have yielded crucial wickets at a mere 5.33 an over. He's a force to be reckoned with. Kamran Green and Sunil Narine, however, are still in the fray, and their presence at the crease makes this game far from over.
The numbers say Rabada's impressive return of 20 runs in 3.1 overs eclipses Siraj's modest 16 runs in 3 overs, making him the more effective bowler. I'd challenge that view that Siraj has been dominant. Rabada's ability to contain the Titans' batting unit at this stage makes him the key to KKR's success.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Cameron Green is unstoppable, scoring at a blistering 170.4, a true masterclass at the Narendra Modi Stadium. His 7 fours and 4 sixes have put Titans in a commanding position, leaving KKR desperate to stop him.
Here's what concerns me: with 11.6 runs per over to chase, Green's partnership with Narendra is the make-or-break moment. 3 overs ago, the required rate was manageable, but now it's a significant ask, especially with Titans 7 runs behind the required pace.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, depth.
Cameron Green and Sunil Narine need to stay at the crease, because they've got the Titans right back in this chase. Mohammed Siraj will keep bowling aggressively. Siraj has got the wickets and the control, he's the real game changer here. Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Gone. A wicket to Siraj, Narene's gone for a duck, and the plot thickens like the 2013 Kolkata Knight Riders finale.
The numbers say losing Narendra doesn't significantly change the game, given Green's dominance and the required rate now exceeding 11 runs per over. Cameron misses the fact that Narendra's absence only strengthens the Titans' reliance on Green, who's still the only batter in the 70s.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Mohammed Siraj's arrival with the Titans 7 runs behind the required 12 and over puts KKR in a strong position to tighten noose. Cameron Green's 76 off 45 puts immense pressure on Titans to find a match-winning partnership.
Disagree completely. A top-grade captain would be introducing surprise changes right now, not sticking with the same bowling combination. The real story is that Kamran is fixated on Siraj's individual success, ignoring the bigger picture, the Titans' batting unit's reliance on Cameron Green's innings, which now seems even more crucial with the loss of Sunil Narine.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Cameron Green is on fire, scoring at 170.4 with a masterclass display. This innings is a testament to Titans' resilience against all odds.
Strip away the emotion, and the numbers suggest Green's dominance is now being fueled by his team's increasing desperation, not masterclass displays. The stat that matters is the required rate exceeding 11 runs per over, a pressure Green still carrying on his shoulders, not just his bat.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
This 6 by Kartik Tyagi into the stands changes the advantage in an instant. Now Green must respond.
The 6 by Kartik Tyagi means the required rate has jumped to over 11 runs per over, putting immense pressure on the green partnership. What Kamran misses is that despite the 6, the Titans are still 7 runs behind the required pace, highlighting their desperate struggle to keep up with the required rate.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Kartik Tyagi's 6 into the stands. Green's firecracker innings just got some serious competition. Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Pressure mounts on Green as the required rate now exceeds 11 runs per over. Titans desperately need a match-winning partnership to stay in the game.
The numbers say Cameron Green's dominance is not as impressive as it seems, with the required rate exceeding 11 runs per over. Cameron misses the fact that Green's incredible innings has become a burden, as the Titans rely heavily on his performances to stay in the game.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Gone. Kamran can barely believe it.
The numbers say losing Sunil Narine has put immense pressure on Cameron Green's shoulders, rather than freeing him up as Kamran suggests. Green's batting unit is facing a desperate struggle to keep up with the required rate, which is far from being a testament to resilience, as Kamran claims.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play, middle, death.
Massive tension gripping the Narendra Modi Stadium. Will Mohammed Siraj get his elusive third wicket? Another wicket for him could be a massive blow to the Titans' chances.
The real story is Cameron Green's reliance on his partnership is now faltering, not soaring. The pressure mounts on him to take the game away from KKR, not just his individual score.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Fierce battle unfolding between Kamran Green and Mohammed Siraj, every ball a cliffhanger. Titans' reliance on Green's big hitting is starting to show the strain.
Here's what concerns me, Cameron's emphasis on intense action, but his overlooking Siraj's impressive wicket-taking ability. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that Siraj's 4 overs for 23 runs and 2 wickets make him the top choice in the current bowling attack.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
We see a repeat of 2016, when Royal Challengers Bangalore's Virat Kohli was the thorn in Mumbai Indians' side with his dominant innings.
Mohammed Siraj is the man causing similar issues this time out. This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
This is ebb and flow cricket at its finest, Titans on the brink of collapse. Can Kamran Green's heroics silence the Narendra Modi Stadium crowd?
What Kamran misses is the unsustainable scoring rate the Titans have managed in the last 5 overs. Disagree completely. Kamran Green's heroics won't silence the crowd, it'll only buy the Titans time to dig themselves out of a deep hole.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
The Titans' chase is far from impossible, but they're desperately short on overs. Can Mohammed Siraj find that elusive third wicket?
The numbers say Mohammed Siraj for overs for 23 runs and 2 wickets pose the greater threat, rather than being the Titans' nemesis. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that KKR's hopes of a comeback rely on Siraj's ability to strike another blow.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Fierce battle unfolding between Kamran Green and Mohammed Siraj. This Siraj reminds me of Mitchell Starc's fiery spells in 2015.
Mohammed Siraj's lackluster showing in the last 4 overs has been most detrimental. The real threat is his inability to stem the flow of runs, not an intense battle unfolding between him and Kamran Green.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Kamran Green, a man on fire, believes every delivery will yield a result in his favor. Green's rapid scoring will put pressure on Mohammed Siraj to deliver a crucial breakthrough.
The real story is Vibe of Aurora's uncertainty, not Kamran Green's supposed invincibility. What Kamran misses is the stark contrast between Green's 79 runs off 53 deliveries and Aurora's 0 runs off 1 delivery.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Gone. Kartik Tyagis 6 could have changed everything, but the outcome now is stark reality.
The Titans' collapse is more a symptom of a deeper issue. Mohammed Siraj's lackluster showing in the last 4 overs has been detrimental, not a spark that can change the game. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that KKR's hopes of a comeback rely on Siraj's ability to stem the flow of runs, not get wickets.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
Mohammed Siraj's crucial role is to stop runs now. Titans' chase is hanging by a thread with Vaibhav Arora on 0.
The pressure is indeed mounting, but it's not on Mohammed Siraj, it's on Vaibhav Arora, who faces an uphill task to score quickly with limited overs remaining. The stat that matters is Arora's 0-off-1 delivery, a stark reminder that his side's hopes of a comeback rely heavily on his ability to accelerate.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Vaibhav Arora's task is akin to a sprinter off the blocks, scoring rapidly now to take KKR closer to 200.
This moment is like Chris Gayle's iconic 2011 World Cup innings, a display that showed the world what a Vaibhav Arora on song can do.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Kolkata Knight Riders need 12 and over, Vaibhav Arora facing an uphill task to get KKR back in game.
Vaibhav Arora must find his rhythm to take KKR closer to 200 in the remaining overs.
Vaibhav Arora's batting woes are the real obstacle, not Cameron Green's form. The numbers say Arora's 0-off-1 delivery will sink KKR's hopes, not Green's scoring.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Gone again.
The mix-up between Butler and Prasid Krishna saw Kartik Tyagi running out, a costly error.
The numbers tell a different story. Kamran, Sunil Narendra fell instantly to Mohammed Siraj bowling. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that Narendra's dismissal has little bearing on the advantage of the game.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
The clock ticks down, and Vaibhav Arora's inexperience is being tested. He faces an uphill task with KKR still 12 and over behind schedule.
The pressure may be on Kamran to believe in Vaibhav Arora's sprint, but the stats scream otherwise. Vaibhav Arora's 0-off-1 delivery is the real reflection of KKR's batting woes, not some mythical form of Siraj bowling.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
The captain is not altering Siraj's over, betting on his economical spell to restrict KKR's scoring at 12 and over.
Vaibhav Arora's task just became more daunting, facing an uphill battle to rescue KKR's chase in the remaining overs.
The numbers say Vaibhav Arora's 0-off-1 delivery will dictate KKR's fate, not his inexperience under pressure. The real story is that Arora has yet to find his footing, a stark contrast to Chris Gayle's masterclass in 2011, a player who could accelerate even with limited overs remaining.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
The pressure is mounting on Vaibhav Arora to deliver a masterclass, a heroics-like innings to get KKR back in the game. Vaibhav Arora facing an uphill task to take KKR closer to 200 in the remaining overs.
The stat that matters is Vaibhav Arora's 0-off-1 delivery, a clear indication KKR's chase is in trouble. What Kamran misses is that Arora's inexperience is irrelevant when the scoreboard reads 0-off-1 delivery, an abysmal start for KKR.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
The intensity is real here at the Narendra Modi Stadium. Every run matters now that KKR's 180 looks like a modest total. Mohammed Siraj continues to lead the bowling attack with impressive figures, striking twice in his 4 overs. Why should anyone doubt his performance?
The real story is not about Mohammed Siraj's impressive figures, it's about Kagiso Rabada's ability to keep wickets at a relatively better economy. Strip away the emotion, Rabada's 29 runs in 4 overs, conceding only 1 wicket, is a stark contrast to the pressure building on Siraj, who has conceded more runs in his 4 overs despite taking 2 wickets.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Vaibhav Arora's inexperience is being tested with an uphill task to rescue KKR's chase. The captain's strategy leans heavily on Mohammed Siraj's economical spell to restrict scoring at 12 and over. The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
The pressure is building on Vaibhav Arora, just 1 delivery in and a mountain to climb to take KKR closer to 200 in the remaining overs. Every run matters now. Mohammed Siraj's impressive figures of 23 runs in 4 overs, 2 wickets, could be the turning point for Gujarat Titans. This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Vaibhav Arora dreads facing Mohammed Siraj's economical spell. Every run matters now. Arora's inexperience will be put to the test with each passing delivery.
Disagree completely. The fact remains Mohammed Siraj has conceded more runs than Kagiso Rabada in 4 overs, a stark contrast to Kamran's emphasis on his economical spell. The stat that matters is Mohammed Siraj's 23 runs in 4 overs, not the pressure on Vaibhav Arora to deliver an uphill battle, which is yet to unfold.
tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Vibe of Aurora's task is monumental, needs 9 from the last 5 overs, pressure is on him big time.
Every run matters now, GT's bowlers won't give KKR any freedom to play their shots.
The numbers say Vibe of Aurora has a daunting task ahead, not because of inexperience, but because his 0-off-1 delivery. Here's what concerns me: Kamran overlooks the fact that a single wicket could change the advantage, and Mohammed Siraj for overs, 23 runs, 2 wickets, make him a prime candidate to do just that.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
KKR's 180 has left it tantalizing, but Gujarat Titans can still snatch victory if Mohammed Siraj keeps his economical spell intact. Vibe of Aurora will need to pull off a massive rescue mission, needs 9 from the last 5 overs with a mountain to climb.
The numbers tell a different story. KKR's batting lineup is formidable, with 7 batsmen who've scored heavily against GT in the past. Vibe of Aurora's task is indeed daunting, but the real challenge lies in stopping KKR's top order, led by Nitish Rana, who averages 40 against GT.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Mohammed Siraj's economical spell has taken the center stage here at Motera Stadium, restricting scoring at 12 and over.
The numbers back it up: 23 runs in 4 overs, 2 wickets. He's the one holding Gujarat Titans' fate in his hands.
Disagree completely. The fact remains Mohammed Siraj's wicket-taking ability in the death overs has given Gujarat Titans a crucial upper hand. The real story is not about Siraj's economical spell, but how his 2 wickets have put immense pressure on Vibe of Aurora's inexperienced shoulders.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20s: power play, middle, death.
We are witnessing a similar scenario to the 2003 NatWest Trophy final, where Lancashire's Glenn Chappell put the screws on Essex batsmen in the death overs.
Ramandeep Singh's early dismissal has set the stage for another nail-biting finish.
Here's what concerns me: Kamran focuses excessively on Mohammed Siraj's economical spell, overlooking the wicket-taking ability that's actually put pressure on Vibe of Aurora. The numbers tell a different story. Siraj has conceded 23 runs in 4 overs, but it's his 2 wickets, including Sunil Naren's early departure, that could prove decisive in this chase.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Vaibhav Arora's inexperience is being put to the test under immense pressure, needs 9 from the last 5 overs now. Batsmen at crease, Sai and Shubman, will be thinking, let's keep calm, we've got this, 9 off 5 overs, it's doable.
The real story isn't about Vaibhav Arora's inexperience, but stripping away emotion from his task. He has 9 needed from 5 overs with a bowling lineup that's conceded under 40 runs in the first power play. What Kamran misses is that Vaibhav Arora's task is being overshadowed by Mohammed Siraj for overs for 23 runs and 2 crucial wickets that have drastically changed the direction of this match.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Gujarat Titans require 178 runs, and every bowler must step up, but one's inexperience is most alarming. Vaibhav Arora's still not a wicket in his bag. Vaibhav Arora's economical spell is what Gujarat Titans need desperately, but can anyone trust him to deliver under these high-pressure circumstances?
Vaibhav Arora's economical spell is the key to stopping GT's chase, unlike Siraj who's taken crucial wickets. Strip away emotion, Arora has 9 runs needed from 5 overs with a bowling attack that's shown its teeth, not a bowler under pressure.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Wow! What a shot, what a boundary by Shubman Gill, he's just driven it to the fence. The crowd is on their feet here at Narendra Modi Stadium.
Here's what concerns me, the boundary by Shubman Gill changes the complexion of the match, not Mohammed Siraj's economical spell. The real story is about how Gill's aggressive approach has put GT in a strong position, contrary to Kamran's belief that Siraj's restrictions have taken centre stage.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Pressure's mounting on Gujarat Titans to find consistency with their batting, especially from Sai Sudharsan and Shubman Gill stand so far. Captain will be keenly observing their approach and partnership dynamics in this high-stakes chase.
Strip away the emotion. What Kamran misses is that Sai Sudharsan and Shubman Gill are in perfect sync, capitalizing on the power play to take their team closer to the target with each passing over. The stat that matters here is the run rate. Both batsmen are scoring at 9.0 per over, a telling sign that their partnership is built on a foundation of solid cricket.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
The stage is set for a thrilling finish, echoing the 2016 IPL final where Gujarat Lions' chase against Sunrisers Hyderabad was a rollercoaster ride. Sai Sudharsan and Shubman Gill's partnership is crucial in replicating that magic.
The real story is not about Shubman Gill's aggressive approach, but why his strike rate of 175.0 is more than just a flash in the pan. Disagree completely. A better team would have a player already past 20 runs at this point in the power play, not just Shubman Gill's 7 runs.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Vaibhav Arora's still at the helm with not a wicket in his bag. Gujarat Titans need wickets now more than anything. Captain will probably reassess his plan after this over, considering GT require 172 runs.
The numbers say Vaibhav Arora's economy rate is far from alarming, rather his potency in the death overs. Here's what concerns me: Vaibhav Arora's spell is not merely economical, it's his inexperience that could be a deciding factor in the final overs.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Shubman Gill, the danger is real. His aggressive nature has put GT in a strong position here. Can he maintain this tempo as the power play reaches its end?
The real story is not about Shubman Gill's aggressive approach, but how Sudharsan has seamlessly supported him with a 4 off 5 deliveries thus far. Here's what concerns me: GT's power play has been built on a solid foundation, and it's not just Gill's aggressive nature, but Sudharsan's steady scoring that's put them in a strong position to maintain the advantage.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Gujarat Titans' fate hangs in balance, every run a crucial milestone now. Sudharsan and Shubman Gill's partnership is the bedrock.
Kartik Tyagi hasn't even been brought into the attack, and yet Kamran is already speaking of a high-stakes chase. That overlooks the fact that the new ball batsmen have been scoring well, with both Sudharsan and Shubman Gill looking in good touch after just a few overs.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Unbelievable drama unfolding here, 80 runs required at 12 and over. Shubman Gill's explosive 4 slices through the point field, into the stands.
What Kamran misses is how Shubman Gill's boundary was the direct result of poor shot selection, setting a precarious platform for the innings. Strip away the emotion, and you'll see that Gill's strike rate is merely a consequence of being at the crease too early, rather than a masterclass in aggression.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
GT's fate was written off, but Shubman Gill rewriting the script with this enormous 6. Gujarat Titans are clawing back, every ball a battle, 160 runs still required, but this 6 is a massive statement.
The numbers say this massive 6 has merely increased the required rate, now 9.55 runs per over. What Kamran misses is that even with this boundary, Gujarat Titans still require a whopping 160 runs, a task that was daunting from the start, and this 6 has merely added more pressure on the middle order.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
What a stunning blow by Sudharsan. Enormous.
The stat that matters is Sudharsan's steady scoring, not just Shubman Gill's aggressive nature driving GT's advantage. That 6 has only heightened the stakes, with GT now requiring 147 runs at 8.48 per over, a rate that's starting to get precarious.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Sudharsan knows he must dig deep to keep Shubman Gill company, under mounting pressure now.
Shubman Gill will be thinking only about scoring at 8.48 per over, each ball a challenge now.
Kartik Tyagi's absence from the attack is a crucial factor in determining this chase's likelihood. The real story is that Gujarat Titans are facing a daunting 12-ball 100 to achieve their target, an unprecedented challenge for a side like this.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Frenzied Gujarat Titans fans are on their feet as Sudharsan unleashes an enormous 6. Into the stands.
The 6 hit by Sudharsan only exacerbates Gujarat Titans' precarious position, now 141 runs away with a required rate of 8.29 per over. Disagree completely, this 6 hasn't changed the fact that Gujarat Titans still need to achieve a daunting 12-ball 100, a feat that's unlikely without significant damage from the remaining batsmen.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Gujarat Titans have pulled off a remarkable turnaround, now needing 141 runs at 8.29 per over. Every ball is a fight, with Sudharsan at the crease, holding down one end.
The real turning point in this match was not the boundary or the 6, but when Vaibhav Arora came into the attack, conceding just 8 runs in his over, which halted the flow of runs and gave Gujarat Titans a glimmer of hope. Strip away the emotion, and the numbers show that Sudharsan's steady 17 off 9 balls is what has allowed Gujarat Titans to stay afloat in this chase.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play, middle, death.
The fire is lit here at Motera Stadium. What a stunning blow by Sudharsan. Enormous.
Here's what concerns me, Gujarat Titans' required rate is not slowing down, it's actually speeding up. 3 overs ago, we calculated the required rate to be 8.29 per over, now it's 8.48 per over, and that tells a different story.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
The pressure is mounting on Gujarat Titans, but Shubman Gill's aggressive approach can shift the advantage. He needs to score at 8.48 per over to keep the chase alive.
The real turning point in this match was when Vaibhav Arora came into the attack, but his relatively tame over has given hope to the Gujarat Titans. Here's what concerns me: his recent form has raised questions about his ability to deliver under pressure, and he's not the bowler this attack needs to tighten up its run flow right now.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Frenzy grips Narendra Modi Stadium as Shubman Gill unleashes a ferocious assault. Gujarat Titans scoreboard now ticking over impressively. Gujarat Titans' 15-run victory seems increasingly likely. Their 8.48 per over required rate well within reach with two of the most destructive batsmen in the game at crease.
The numbers say that Gujarat Titans still require a staggering 12-ball 100, an unachievable feat considering their current rate of scoring. Unlike a top team's dynamic duo, Gujarat Titans' chase is hanging by a thread, and Shubman Gill's aggressive approach may not be enough to shift the advantage.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
What a hit! This incredible six is like Chris Gayle's finest moments at the IPL. Into the stands, the Narendra Modi Stadium is electric. Gill's ferocity is taking Gujarat Titans to great heights.
The numbers don't support Kamran's optimism. The required rate's acceleration is a cause for concern. Dismiss the spectacle. Gujarat Titans need 20 deliveries worth 83 runs at an unrealistic 4.15 per over, which is a daunting task, given their current run rate.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Captain Hardik Pandya's strategy is clear: go big or go home. He's throwing caution to the wind with Sudharsan and Gill's aggressive approach.
The real story is, Gujarat Titans are still 90 balls away from a 129-run target. Strip away the emotion, and their chase is teetering on the edge, not cruising towards a 15-run victory as Kamran would have you believe.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Frenzy grips Narendra Modi Stadium as Shubman Gill unleashes a ferocious assault. Gujarat Titans scoreboard now ticking over impressively. Captain Hardik Pandya's strategy is working like a charm so far.
Let's shift focus from the exuberance to the actual numbers. What Kamran misses is that Gujarat Titans require 128 runs from 90 deliveries at a rate that's already 10 runs per over below their current average.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Gill is a modern-day Savog, tearing apart Sunil Narine with a boundary that brings back memories of Virender Sehwag's fearless approach. Like the great master, Gill is taking the attack to the opposition with a plethora of boundaries, changing the course of this match.
The numbers say that Gill's boundary doesn't alter the daunting task ahead, requiring 20 deliveries worth 83 runs at 4.15 per over. Strip away the emotion, and that shot selection still looks a tad too extravagant considering the pressure of chasing a substantial target.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Gone. Pressure in the air at the Narendra Modi Stadium as Sai Sudharsan departs in style, leaving Gujarat Titans with a mammoth task.
The numbers tell a different story. Kamran. Gujarat Titans require 124 runs at 8.36 per over, not a mammoth task, as it's not significantly higher than their current run rate of 11.18 per over.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play, middle, death.
Shubman Gill, the unlikely hero, rising to the challenge. Can he propel Gujarat Titans to victory against the odds?
The stat that matters is not in sync with Kamran's fervour. Gujarat Titans still require a substantial 124 runs at 8.36 per over, a far cry from the ease he's painting. Kartik Tyagi's effectiveness with the ball will be crucial in limiting this runaway GT chase.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
This boundary by Jos Buttler like Adam Gilchrist's explosive style, taking the opposition by storm. What a sight at the Narendra Modi Stadium, pure crowd is alive, electrifying the crowd.
Disagree completely. Driving that boundary, Jos Buttler has actually taken the pressure off Shubman Gill momentarily. The real story is that Gill still needs to maintain a high-scoring pace, and a better team in similar circumstance would have had Jos Buttler set the tone from the beginning.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Kartik Tyagi, he's thinking, oh no, I'm on fire, Jos Buttler's taking us to the cleaners. My run rate is 14 in 2 overs.
The numbers say Jos Buttler's 6 shifts the focus from the required rate to the pressure that Shubman Gill now faces. Here's what concerns me. Kamran's overzealousness overlooks the stark reality that Gujarat Titans need 114 runs at 7.95 per over, not a free-for-all as his words suggest.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
What a masterstroke by Jos Buttler, taking the game away from Kartik Tyagi. He shifted the advantage in an instant.
The real story here, Kamran, is not Joe Buttler's boundary but the pressure it shifts onto Shubman Gill's shoulders. Gujarat Titans still need 114 runs at 7.95 per over, making Joe Buttler's boundary a momentary reprieve rather than a game-changer, as you suggested.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
This is where the mighty Kartik Tyagi steps up, like a young Jubugul Srinath, delivering a maiden over for just 11 runs. Kartik Tyagi, he's taking the attack to Kolkata Knight Riders.
The stat that matters shows Sunil Naren's 2 overs have yielded just 19 runs with no wicket, a more efficient display than Kamran suggests. Strip away the emotion and focus on the numbers. Joe Buttler's explosive shot is a double-edged sword that adds pressure to Shubman Gill's high-scoring requirements.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Shubman Gill's onslaught at the Narendra Modi Stadium is turning tables in GT's favor, leaving opposition stunned.
He's been a whirlwind force, taking GT to a scoring tempo that could change the game.
The numbers expose a worrying trend. Joe Buttler's explosive 6 has only given Shubman Gill more pressure to score at an even higher rate. Here's what concerns me: Joe Buttler can't carry this burden alone. He's essentially putting all hopes on Gill's aggressive batting, making this a high-risk proposition for Gujarat Titans.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Pressure mounts on Shubman Gill as he faces the daunting task of chasing down 109 runs at 7.9 per over.
Kartik Tyagi's maiden over sparks a glimmer of hope for Kolkata Knight Riders.
Kartik Tyagi's maiden over is a rare bright spot, but it's a fleeting respite for Gujarat Titans. The real story is that they still need 109 runs, and the required rate has dropped, but not as dramatically as Kamran suggests, at 7.9 runs per over.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
What an onslaught by Shubman Gill is unfolding here, electrifying the Narendra Modi Stadium. Enormous.
The numbers say that Shubman Gill's boundary is a symptom of a larger issue, as he's now under immense pressure to score at an even higher rate to chase down 104 runs. Here's what concerns me: his aggressive batting might just become a liability if he can't sustain this explosive tempo, a risk that Joe's Buttler can't mitigate with his explosive shots alone.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20s: power play, middle, death.
Shubman Gill's whirlwind innings is igniting sparks at the Narendra Modi Stadium, electrifying the atmosphere. Pressure is mounting. GT require 102 runs in 13 overs, scoring at 7.75 an over.
The required run rate has increased to 7.75 per over, a stark contrast to Kamran's earlier optimism. Disagree completely. Kamran's narrative about Kartik Tyogi delivering under pressure is undermined by the facts, as Sunil Naren's 2 overs have yielded 19 runs with no wicket.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
The required rate has dropped to 7.54, a glimmer of hope for Shubman Gill to get back to his scoring tempo. This crucial 4 is exactly what Joss Buttler needed, to take some pressure off Shubman Gill and keep GT's scoring advantage intact.
That was a poor shot selection from Joe's Buttler, unleashing a 6 to put Shubman Gill under even more pressure. Strip away the emotion, the numbers show that Gill's required rate has not significantly decreased. It's actually 7.5 for runs per over, not a glimmer of hope, but a daunting task that Gill desperately needs to overcome.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Frenzy unfolding at the Narendra Modi Stadium. Joss Buttler unleashes an enormous hit into the stands. What a hit!
Disagree completely. The enormous 6 hit by Joe's Buttler doesn't change the fact that Gujarat Titans still require 92 runs to win. The stat that matters is the required run rate, which remains a daunting 7.26 runs per over, unaffected by this 6.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Shubman Gill's whirlwind innings is igniting sparks, but will his luck finally desert him? Next ball could seal the fate of GT's chase.
The numbers say that Sunil Naren's economy rate of 9.5 runs per over makes him the most effective bowler right now, not some invisible force as Kamran suggests. Here's what concerns me: 19 runs in 2 overs are still 19 runs, a clear indication that Naren's bowing is more than just theoretical.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
This moment of Sai Sudharsan, caught off Sunil Naren, is like the great Sunil Gavaskar, who often fell to similar deliveries in his heyday. It's a crucial wicket that could potentially alter the course of this match.
Kamran's emphasis on a crucial wicket is understandable, but the real story is Sai Sudharsan's poor shot selection, caught behind by Kartik Tyagi off Sunil Narine. Disagree completely. Kamran's analogy of Sai Sudharsan to Sunil Gavaskar doesn't hold water, as Gavaskar's dismissals were often the result of his own aggressive approach, whereas Sudharsan's dismissal was simply a mistake.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Shubman Gill's calm demeanor is a vital shield against mounting pressure as he faces a testing spell from Sunil Narine. The bowler's task is to disrupt Gill's flow and build on the early advantage.
Joe's Butler's 6 was poor shot selection, a reckless attempt to ease pressure off Shubman Gill. Kamran overlooks the fact that the required run rate remains a formidable 7.26 runs per over, unaffected by this 6, and that's what truly matters in this chase.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Don the calm composure of Sai Sudharsan, caught beautifully by Kartik Tyagi off Sunil Narine's magic. A fatal lapse in judgment has given Kolkata Knight Riders this crucial wicket.
3 overs ago, Kamran highlighted the importance of disrupting Shubman Gill's flow. I'd challenge that. What truly matters is the required run rate of 7.26 runs per over, which hasn't changed despite a few aggressive shots.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Pressure mounts at the Narendra Modi Stadium as GT desperately search for advantage to chase 181. The required run rate of 7.57 per over looms large over Shubman Gill and Joss Butler.
Here's what concerns me: the real story is not the pace of runs, but the numbers. The stat that matters is the required run rate of 7.57 per over, not some perceived advantage. The numbers say that Kartik Tyagi's economy rate of 8.62 runs per over is more concerning for GT than Shubman Gill's form, which has yet to waver.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
Captain's mind is set on disrupting Shubman Gill's advantage with an aggressive bowling change. Kartik Tyagi's replacement will be crucial in altering the required run rate. Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Shubman Gill's calm focus crucial to Gujarat Titans' battle at this intense stage, mounting pressure mounting by the over. Can Bengal spinners seize control, turning the game's tide against GT's in-form opener?
Disagree completely. Kamran's emphasis on disrupting Shubman Gill's flow is misguided, as the required run rate remains a formidable 7.79 per over, unaffected by Gill's calm demeanor. 3 overs ago, the real story was Sai Sudharsan's poor shot selection, and I'd argue Sunil Naren's experience will be crucial in making a breakthrough, as his variation will be harder to negate than Kamran's analogy suggests.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
The heat is on, scoring at 10.56 per over. GT's hopes are dwindling. Can Shubman Gill, Jos Buttler, revive their chase? Need 86 runs at 7.82 per over.
Here's what concerns me. GT's required run rate of 7.57 per over might not be as daunting as Kamran makes out, but it's still a tall order, especially given the experience of Sunil Naren. 3 overs ago, the required run rate was 7.26, and yet GT still found themselves in trouble after Sudharsan's dismissal, which strips away the emotion and highlights the true challenge at hand.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Gone. Butler's brilliant knock is silenced, a massive blow for Gujarat Titans in this high-stakes chase.
The real story is not about the required run rate of 7.57 per over, but rather how Shubman Gill and Shubman Gill's run rate is heavily reliant on big shots, which leaves them vulnerable to a change in bowling approach, not just disrupting his flow. That was a poor shot selection from Jos Buttler, caught trying to hit a 6, leaving Gujarat Titans 86 runs to chase at 7.94 per over.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Shubman Gill's focus remains laser-sharp despite GT's dwindling hopes, scoring 10.32 per over. Will the experienced Sunil Naren be the one to disrupt this in-form opener's rhythm?
Here's what concerns me. Kamran's focus on disrupting Shubman Gill's rhythm is misguided, as GT require 84 runs at 8.1 per over, not 10.32. The numbers say Washington Sundar's slow start, with just 1 run off 2 balls, will be a more pressing concern for GT's chase, not Gill's form.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Shubman Gill's 49 off 26 balls is a testament to GT's strong start, like Virender Sehwag's blistering opening partnerships. Scoring at 9.9 per over, GT still require 82 runs, an uphill task akin to chasing down 250 in a 40-over match.
What Kamran misses is that GT aren't getting enough advantage from their middle order, particularly Washington Sundar, who's struggling to make an impact. The real story is their required run rate of 8.1 per over, which isn't as daunting as Kamran suggests, but still demands more from the top order, starting with Gill, who relies heavily on big shots.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Shubman Gill's 50 could change everything for Gujarat Titans, a massive boost in their chase. Captain Smith will look to build on this advantage, with Washington Sundar and Gill ready to take on Sunil Narine. Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Gujarat Titans need 81 runs at 8.38 per over to stun Kolkata Knight Riders. Shubman Gill is on fire with 50 off 27 balls, not out.
The real story is Shubman Gill's innings is built around big shots, leaving him vulnerable to a change in bowling strategy. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear Gill's required run rate of 8.1 per over isn't being backed up by Washington Sundar, whose slow start will be a bigger concern for GT's chase.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
Shubman Gill's thinking is clear: score big, break this partnership and silence the Knight Riders bowlers. Scoring at 9.81 per over, it's anyone's game, but Washington Sundar's slow start is a cause for concern.
The numbers say Kamran overestimates the impact of disrupting Shubman Gill's rhythm, while underestimating the risk that Washington Sundar's slow start poses to GT's chase. Disagree completely. Kamran believes that scoring at 9.81 per over makes GT's pursuit feasible, but a better team would ensure their middle order provides consistent support to their top order, not just relying on big shots.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Gujarat Titans require 78 runs at 8.51 per over. Can Washington Sundar keep up? A lone warrior's battle against the odds is unfolding here.
Here's what concerns me: Kamran's match prediction of a nail-biter is misleading, as KKR's bowling has been clinical so far, which could translate to a 20 to 25 run victory. The numbers say KKR's strong bowling performance will ultimately be the deciding factor, not Kamran's focus on Shubman Gill's big shots.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Washington Sundar's crucial next over will be pivotal for GT's chase, needs 9 from the last 5. Kartik Tyagi, already showing good form, will look to get another wicket and put pressure on Sundar.
The numbers say Kamran overestimates Kartik Tyagi's current form, ignoring the risks of his economy rate potentially increasing with fatigue. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that GT's top-order success is built on shaky ground, with Washington Sundar's slow start posing a significant threat to their chase.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Gone. Shubman Gill's partner Washington Sundar has been bowled by Varun Chakravarthy. What a huge blow to Gujarat Titans.
The key to GT's chase lies not in Shubman Gill's big shots, but in Washington Sundar's ability to provide consistent support to Gill's explosive innings. What Kamran misses is that Sundar's slow start could be the tipping point in this match, not some perceived disruption to Gill's rhythm.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
The Narendra Modi Stadium is electric. Shubman Gill unleashes a mighty drive straight to the boundary, 4.
The real story is Shubman Gill's shot selection, not his thinking. Here he's taking the easy option to the boundary, not shifting gears. That was poor shot selection, and it's this kind of impulsive play that could ultimately derail GT's chase, not some perceived need to break the partnership.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Enormous. Shubman Gill's 6 sends it flying into the stands. Massive hit, game on.
The real story is that this 6 by Shubman Gill has only marginally increased their required rate, from 7.71 to 7.73 per over. Here's what concerns me. Kamran's focus on individual shots is diverting attention from the fact that GT still requires 63 runs from 8.5 overs, a task that remains daunting despite Shubman Gill's heroics.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Gujarat Titans Shubman Gill is the key to their chase, needs 63 runs at 7.73 per over. Kartik Tyagi's economical form will be crucial in stopping Gill's advantage.
The numbers say Kamran overestimates Sunil Naren's current performance, ignoring the risks of him getting his first wicket with every passing over. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that Sunil Naren is the only KKR bowler yet to pick up a wicket, suggesting his breakthrough might be imminent.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Shubman Gill's partnership with Washington Sundar is crucial, scoring at 9.92 per over. GT requires 61 runs. The onus is on Gill to accelerate, needs 61 runs at 7.79 per over against KKR's bowling stalwarts.
The real story is not just about Shubman Gill's explosive innings, but about the collective efforts needed to maintain a high chase rate. What Kamran misses is that a better team would ensure their middle-order batters contribute significantly to maintain a competitive run rate, whereas in this case, GT's middle order has scored just 20 runs from 12 overs.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, depth,
Shubman Gill's innings bears comparison to Virender Sehwag's fearless approach in the 2009 IPL final. Sehwag's knock, like Gill's, changed the game's direction with his explosive batting.
I'd challenge that the onus is solely on Shubman Gill to accelerate, considering the lack of significant contributions from GT's middle order in recent overs. The stat that matters is that GT require 59 runs from 7.6 overs, with Shubman Gill's scoring rate of 184.2 already being significantly higher than the required rate of 7.87 per over.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Fearsome form from Shubman Gill, scoring at a strike rate of 179.5, leaving the opposition bewildered. Washington Sundar's stability a welcome respite for Gujarat Titans, scoring at 7.14 per over.
The real story is that Washington Sundar has yet to make a significant impact, stalling the required rate, while Shubman Gill carries the weight alone. That's a stark contrast to Kamran's narrative, where the focus is solely on Shubman Gill's heroics, glossing over the underwhelming performance of the middle order.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Shubman Gill's aggressive form is going to break the shackles of Gujarat Titans' chase, 63 more runs at 7.73 per over needed in 8 overs. Sundar's stability will be crucial as Gill takes center stage to seal GT's victory.
Here's what concerns me: Shubman Gill's form is indeed impressive, but what's being overlooked is Washington Sundar's meager contribution at 7.14 per over. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear that their partnership is heavily reliant on Gill's explosive batting, not a collective effort to maintain a competitive run rate.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Gujarat Titans need 56 runs at 8.2 per over, Kartik Tyagi leading the charge with precision. Tyagi's control is vital, with KKR's stalwarts waiting to capitalize on any slip-up. The pressure mounts.
The numbers say Sunil Naren's exceptional economy rate makes him a vital cog in KKR's bowling attack currently. Disagree completely. Naren's lack of a wicket does not make him less effective, it's about the pressure on the opposition to get past his tight bowling.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Pressure mounts on the Gujarat Titans as the crowd holds its collective breath at the Narendra Modi Stadium.
A single wrong move here and the match could slip beyond their grasp.
The numbers say Washington Sundar's stability is being overstated, considering his modest contribution at 7.14 per over. Here's what concerns me: Kartik Tyagi's impressive spell, which has garnered attention, is largely offset by the lack of a second viable option in GT's bowling attack, making the captain's decision to stick or switch a crucial one.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Enormous. Shubman Gill unleashes the six, sending it soaring into the stands. What a hit!
The real story here is that this six doesn't mask the stark reality of Washington Sundar's underwhelming performance, yet to make a significant impact in the chase. This six might be Shubman Gill's trademark, but what's being overlooked is the fact that GT still require 49 runs at a required rate of 7.54 per over, leaving much to be desired from their middle order.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Gujarat Titans need 63 more runs at 7.73 per over. Sundar's stability crucial in breaking this deadlock. Pressure mounts as Tyagi takes center stage. 10 runs needed in 2 overs. GT's chase hanging by a thread.
The real story is Shubman Gill's aggressive batting, but Washington Sundar's underwhelming contribution at 7.14 per over demands attention. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear Gill's success is masking the team's struggle to achieve a competitive run rate with 2 men at the crease.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
This boundary by Washington Sundar brings to mind the thrilling chases led by MS Dhoni against all odds. Gujarat Titans are still in this match, and Washington Sundar's contribution has given them a glimmer of hope.
That was poor shot selection, and Washington Sundar would have been better off taking a more cautious approach given the required rate of 7.54 per over. The numbers say the boundary doesn't alter the fact that Gujarat Titans require 43 runs at a daunting 6.97 per over, and Washington Sundar's lack of a significant impact in the chase is concerning, to say the least.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
Gujarat Titans will chase these 42 runs with incredible dominance, Shubman Gill leading the charge effortlessly. Shubman Gill's blistering form will carry GT to a 20-run victory, leaving no doubt in anyone's minds.
The numbers say Washington Sundar's stability is being overstated, considering his modest contribution at 7.14 per over. Here's what concerns me: GT's required rate of 7.54 per over is an unrealistic expectation, especially with Sundar's lack of impact in the chase.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
Pressure mounts as the chase hangs by a thread, GT requiring 41 runs at a daunting 7.03 and over. Shubman Gill's aggressive form is being put to the ultimate test. Will he deliver and break this deadlock?
The numbers tell a different story. Cameron's emphasis on Gill's aggressive form overlooks the team's struggling run rate. Here's what concerns me: Shubman Gill's impressive SR still can't mask the fact that Gujarat Titans require 41 runs at an unachievable rate of 7.03 per over, an unsustainable pace.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
Kartik Tyagi has been Gujarat Titans' most effective bowler, and he will take the wicket of Washington Sundar in his next over to turn the match in GT's favour. Tyagi's accuracy and variations will restrict GT's scoring at 5 and over, ultimately setting up a tense finish.
The real story is Sunil Naren's decent economy rate, a far cry from Cameron's assumption that Kartik Tyagi will take the wicket of Washington Sundar. Strip away the emotion, and it's clear Tyagi hasn't been as effective as Naren, whose 4 overs for a mere 7 runs could have been the difference maker in this high-pressure chase.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play, middle, death.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20's power play: middle, death.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20s: power play, middle, death.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20s, power play, middle, death.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Bowler marks his run-up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20s, power play, middle, death.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.
Big over coming up, you can feel it.
The bowling figures tell an interesting story.
Every run matters at this stage.
The partnership is what decides this now.
Bowler marks his run up, crowd goes quiet.
Three things decide T20s, power play, middle, death.
Both teams know exactly what's at stake.
Pressure is mounting with every dot ball.
The fielding captain is thinking hard here.
Run rate is the silent killer in this chase.
This could be the over that changes everything.
Experience counts when the pressure is highest.
And we wait as the fielding side sets up.
The captain has a decision to make here.
Tension building at every delivery now.
Watch the field placement, tells you everything.